Hello and welcome to this update to BlitPaint. This is version 0.25. In this version you'll see there's a nicer UI panel here with your brushes on it. I'm just going to talk over some of the shortcut keys. So F1 to F12, as you can see, select the brushes. You just basically choose those and you see the brush pop up. To cycle through different sets is the right arrow key or left arrow key. Currently there's 3 sets of mixed brushes, so it's worth giving those a try. Numbers 1 to 0 give you opacity levels, so 1 being quite low, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 0 gives you full opacity. Shift C to clear. P will put on perspective mode, which just makes things get smaller into the distance. P to turn that off again. R will rotate, and if you hold down Q and press R, it will rotate the other way. I think I'll make this a little bit more convenient in the future. I'll just make Q rotate this way and R rotate this way. No harm in that. Okay, B bakes down all the images that you've been working on in the layers and bakes them all down into layer 0, so kind of like a merge all type thing. So for example, if I was to draw some things here and go up a layer, some things here, and let's go up a few layers again, and I press B, so you get that little flash there. It just hides the UI while it's baking everything down, and basically now everything's on layer 0, so I can go down to layer 1 and paint over everything. Okay, baking also frees up the memory because it gets rid of all the undo history. The undo history is 16,000 plots, so as you see, as I plot these down, they use them up. If you want to use less plots, you just increase the spacing, and you can see how that counts up in a regular sort of fashion. Okay, so I'm just going to do Q and R there. It's a little bit of a bug where it places 2 things in the first click. That will be fixed in a future version. Okay, H to hide and show the UI. If you do hide the UI, you can hold down Tab to bring up what you need of the UI, which is just the basic parts. And you got everything you really need there. Catch up slows the mouse down so that you can do some nice shapes really easily. And you can increase that so it's just normal. Ninja brushing is how big it gets if you move quickly. So if I move slow and if I move quickly, it's a good way. If you're using the mouse, then you can still get the sizing. So a good combination of things to use is, let's see, F1 here, make the brush kind of smallish, spacing low, and catch up really low. Okay, now I've got ninja brushing on, so if I move quickly I can get a nice pattern like that. Let's just choose the same color for both. And you can see the result there. Now, layer 0 gives you the best result with the alpha. If your brush does have a little bit of alpha on the edges, which some of them do, then layer 0 is the one to use for anything like this. Let's just choose the same color for both, and you'll see what I mean. So this is in layer 0, and if I push up one, I'll do a similar thing in layer 1, and you can kind of see the alpha trying to creep through the edges there. It's just the nature of the way the layers are. I'm just going to clear that. So Control Z will undo, and Alt and C, we'll clear with this color. Let's see, Alt and C, Control and C. That's Alt and C, Control and C. So you can clear with these colors, and that becomes the new clear color. So when you press Shift and C, it's whatever last one you used last. Alt and R loads up a reference image. So you click Alt R and then you click L, press L. You can load up an image for reference. So you can load up a nice picture like this. Mouse wheel for the sizing. Right mouse button to move it around. Shift and mouse wheel to make it darker. And back to normal. And if you click middle mouse button, it will reset the image to its normal size. Okay, Alt R to hide that again, and you can bring that back anytime you want. Control and R adds 90 degrees to the brush, so let's just choose this brush. Choose a couple of brighter colors. It's a little bit big, so it's going to turn off ninja brushing a bit. And a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. Okay. So Control and R, Control R, Control R, and if I do Shift and R, it's going to follow the direction of your mouse. So you can have it follow plus have the offset, so I'll do Control R and have it follow like that. Left and right arrow, as you know, goes through the brush settings. And layers is up and down arrow keys. Backspace can clear the layer that you're on, just not layer 0. To clear layer 0 you have to use Shift and C, but it clears all layers. So layer 0 doesn't really get cleared at this point in time. So if I was to paint on a different layer here, layer 1, and I click Backspace, I can clear what's on that, and I can also do undo to bring that back. So you can undo cleared layers. So I will figure out how to clear layer 0 at some point. It's just not actually, yeah, it's not actually here just now. Just need to get around to that. You can load images into the background with Alt L. So Alt L will load a background image. I've just cleared that. I'm just going to do Alt L again. Okay, and Control L will load an alpha cutout compatible image. I've actually spelled that wrong. Into layer 5. So imagine this is like some line art. So I'll just do Control L, and you might have some line art here, and you can load that in and you trace around it or whatever. So it sits on layer 5. So if you want to draw over it, just go to a layer above, and if you want to draw under it, just go a layer below. As you can see, it doesn't really do alpha correctly at this point. That will be, again, something that will be in a future version once I figure it out. But yeah, that's pretty much that. So Backspace will clear the layers. If you use the button to the top left of your keyboard, it will turn everything into pixel art, and if you press plus, you can increase the pixel sizes, and minus to decrease the pixel sizes. So I'm just going to click that top left key again, so you can toggle that. Now just be wary that once you bake everything and you still have pixel mode on, it's going to like double up the pixels, and it gets a bit weird. As you can see, it just has a slightly kind of overlapping effect. but hey, you might want that. See, it's kind of distorted looking until it gets past a certain point, and then it's fine again. Okay, so just be wary that you might want that in the end. I'm just going to clear everything again. So Shift and Escape to quit, and to save, you can save with Control S. And just make sure you keep the PNG part. Another bug that needs to be fixed, and I'm just going to type in demo. Oops. Okay, so that saves that. And back into the program, Shift and C, and if I do Alt and L, I can load in demo, and it's already gave me, you know, that back, so I can do more work on it. I think that's all of those. B to bake. Memory mode you can switch off with O, so that it doesn't really care about using up as many, you know, it's usually, if I go down to layer 0 here, if memory mode's on and you have the spacing very low, it eats up the memory really quickly because it takes into account all these plots. Rotation follow, Shift and R, and you can see the state of that. Rotation offset, as you hold down R, it goes through the angles, and Q with R goes the other way. Perspective mode, if you press P. Mouse mode, if you don't have a tablet, or you do have a tablet and you want it to act like a mouse, then either way, it just turns off the pen pressure. As you can see, if I use a pen, I'm getting the pressure down here. You see it says 1 and then changes value. Okay, if you don't see your pen pressure registering, just make sure you Alt Tab out and Alt Tab back in. And master size is, you can use the bracket keys just like in Photoshop and everything else, or you hold down S and move left and right. Alpha, you move kind of away from wherever you pressed A, and that gives you some opacity. Okay, and you can use F as well to turn into additive mode. You just hold down F as you click and draw, and it kind of adds. And that's pretty much it. So a few more bugs to fix, but it's getting there, it's taking shape, and there's a lot of new fun brushes to play with. So thanks for watching this video, see you in the next one. Bye.